welcome everybody. My name is Grainne Fletcher and I am an elite pro 8 with LifeVantage. I've been with LifeVantage now for just over 5 years, and I'm the second presenter in our 7 days of 7 ways to activate your life naturally. Who doesn't want to activate their life naturally? So I'm going to start my story by talking about my husband. So this is my gorgeous husband. And to the left, this is his post that he did last night. And I just thought, you know what? That's going to be part of my presentation, because everything I'm talking about was about getting my hubby back, and the smile on his face there with his little cup, having won the oldies competition, just says it all. So 5 years ago, my husband was suffering with a health condition, which he just ended up having a lot of health, a lot of injuries. So he decided that he wouldn't really be on the pitch that much anymore in soccer, and he might go to goals, but then he was suffering with a lot of hamstrings, a lot of injuries, couldn't go to the gym as much. And I just saw, that he wasn't a happy chappy anymore. So I went out looking for another supplement or something that would help him. And one of the things that I came across, so we had tried all sorts of things, but one of the things when I started looking at Protandem, which I'm going to explain about shortly, I got really excited when I saw this, because I thought, wow, this could really help my husband. And I have to be honest with you, he's from up north in England. So he has trust issues. And he just is always like, you've been had. They've seen you come a mile away and they just thought, cha-ching, you've been done. So he was like, there is no way that this little yellow pill is going to help my leg, help my sport, help my headache, help my energy. Like, you're talking rubbish. And me, being the dutiful wife, just said, shut up and take it, basically. And just do as you're told. So he did. And look, for him, everyone's got their own story. I'll be honest. I've heard people after a few days have experiences where they're sleeping better in that. But for him, it was probably about 2.5 months. And one day, I'll never forget, he just lay on the bed and he went, do you know, I actually think your little yellow pill is doing something. And I went, really? And he went, yep. He said, I just don't feel as stressed. Like, I've got a lot of stuff on and I'm kind of like, nah, it'll all be fine. It'll all work out. And from there, in the last 5 years, he's back on the football pitch. He's winning competitions. He's away for weekends. And when they go away for weekends, they play 5 games of football. It's pretty full on. And the rest of them can barely make it onto the pitch for the last game. But even the next day, my husband's recovery is amazing. And if he's not there, he's at the gym. And if he's not at the gym, he's on a bicycle. So I really think that if you want to live more and do more, you'll want to hear what I'm just going to share with you for the next 12 minutes or so. So this is just a disclaimer, just to share with you that we're not talking here about, heal, prevent, mitigate, or diagnose any disease. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to just explain to you about what this product does and why we feel everyone should be on this product and why we're so passionate about it. So I'd like to get started with how it all started. So LifeVantage began in a lab with a single question: is declining health something we have to simply accept as part of getting older? So there was this group of scientists there together working on, putting together different formulations and different herbs, trying to think, do we have to get older? Is there something that could slow down aging? And this is when they kind of came across some antioxidants that, your body should be producing and things like that. So one of the main people that headed up some of the science in LifeVantage that came over was Dr. Joe McCord. Now, they started all their research on Protandim, NRF2 and product development, that was all kind of done from the late 1950s. But Dr. Joe McCord won an Elliott Crescent Award for SOD discovery, which stands for superoxide dismutase discovery, which is an antioxidant. Now, you might say, what's an Elliott Crescent Award? What's the big deal? Well, it's a highly prestigious award that's from the Institute of the Franklin Institute. And you might know some of the other people that have won one in their time, like Marie Curie, Graham Bell, Henry Ford, like very prestigious people that discovered some amazing things. So to have this Elliott Crescent Award is a big deal. And then from there, we've kind of gone and produced other products. But our main product, and what I'm going to talk about today, was discovered way back in 2003, and that's Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. So we want to talk about why Protandim even came along. So what was the problem that it was coming to help? Well, the problem is oxidative stress. Now you might say, what is this? I had never heard of it. I went to my girlfriend Una, who's a nurse, and said, have you heard of oxidative stress? No. She went to her orthopedic surgeons and said, have you heard about oxidative stress? And they said, no. And we were like, wow, well, everything we're reading about shows that it's the main cause of aging. So where does it come from? Well, it comes from the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, herbicides, pesticides, petroleum, all these different sprays, petrol fumes, all of these things, Wi-Fi, all contribute to oxidative stress. So what can happen when uncontrolled oxidative stress happens? Well, oxidative stress is a byproduct of free radical damage. And what can happen with high levels of oxidative stress? Well, you can see here on the graph, it's not good for your body. All these areas, of we're trying to stay younger and trying to live more and do more. And, we're getting attacked every single day. Every part of our body is by oxidative stress, from your heart to your skin, to your kidneys, to your joints and lungs. All of these are being attacked by oxidative stress. But we say, don't take our word for it. Go to pubmed.gov. And if you put in oxidative stress, you will see that there is probably around 255,000 studies done now on oxidative stress. So I encourage you to do a bit of research there, because I didn't know about it. So what did we create back in 2003? Well, what's been created is Protandim, which is an NRF2 synergizer. Now, what is an NRF2? NRF2 is a protein in the cell that basically its job has been it's the master regulator of our genes. So it commands up to 200 survival genes, and 3 of them is your anti-inflammation, your anti-aging, and your anti-fibrosis. So it's got a really big job to do in the cells. But what happens is when you turn around between ages 20, 25, it turns off. And it's kind of like job done. And that's when aging starts. So what Protandim does, it sends a little message back to that little protein and says, get back to work. Let's start making antioxidants, and let's start turning on these survival genes so we can lower some of this oxidative stress. So it's been clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress in humans by 40% within 30 days, and it's 70% within 120 days. It increases the SOD, which is your antioxidants, by 30%. Another antioxidant is catalase by 54%. And another, which I think you all have probably heard of, the mother of antioxidants, glutathione. All my sports people and fitness people out there would have heard of this. It switches it on and increases glutathione by 300%. And I'm going to talk about the National Institute study in a little bit of time. So you can see that we're BSCG certified, NSF, we're FDA approved, TGA certified, and the Direct Selling Association, we are part of that body. So people say to me, look, Grainne, I've got Bacopa, ashwagandha, milk thistle. I've got all these herbs in the cupboard. Why would I need to actually go and buy Protandim? Well, look, these herbs are really, really powerful. Like turmeric, a lot of people use. That's just a great anti-inflammatory. Milk thistle is really good for your liver. Green tea is a great metabolizer, and bacopa is really good for brain fog. And ashwagandha is just a really good feel-good kind of herb. So they say, look, I've got a couple in the cupboard. I might just buy the other three and I'll make my own Protandim. It doesn't work like that. The years of research was to actually find the right compound and the right synergy that actually takes them five herbs and changes them to becoming an NRF2 activator. But they just don't become an NRF2 activator. They become 18 times more effective than if you were to take them on their own. And that is what has been patented. We've got 13 patents, 7 from America and 6 more international. And that's what has been patented, is that formula. So you might say, look, I eat really well. I have an organic diet. I'm fit and I'm healthy. And I say, that's fantastic. I'm so glad that you are. But I just want to highlight to you that one antioxidant kills one free radical. Now, it is absolutely impossible to be able to eat enough antioxidants so that you can lower all your free radicals. So to neutralize 1,000,000 free radicals, you'd have to consume 400 oranges per day, 500 cups of broccoli, like, hey, I don't mind a little bit, 110 cups of blueberries, or 120 vitamin C tablets. Now, that is just not going to happen. We're just not going to be able to do that. But your body produces trillions of free radicals daily. It's not just possible to ever be able to come at this onslaught. So in comes Protandim. So this is like upgrading to now an iPhone 12 and you've been on a Nokia flip phone. Now we go straight into every single cell, and you think how many cells you've got. You've got absolutely trillions of cells, and we turn on this master regulator in that cell to say, get back to work, start making antioxidants. So they make them by 1,000,000. They kill 1,000,000 free radicals per second, 24 hours a day in every cell of your body. So now we're able to combat oxidative stress. And I want to show you this graph. It shows how you age. So oxidative stress up the side, and then your age down the end. So remember I mentioned 20 something, that's when oxidative stress really starts on the rise. So you can see the red line is without Protandim. But watch what happens once you start taking Protandim. The blue line, it flatlines. So they did a study and they couldn't tell the difference between an 80-year-old's blood and a 20-year-old's blood. Who wouldn't want their 20-year-old blood back? Really? So that you could do what you did back then? I know for me now, I'm probably doing more than I did when I was 20, because I was probably drinking and smoking and doing all the things that I shouldn't be doing, whereas now I don't. So I maximize every single hour of my life now. So Protandim NRF2 reduces oxidative stress in everyone by an average of 40% in 30 days. No other anti-aging or antioxidant supplement can come close to Protandim's power. And that's what you want. You want a power push. But again, don't take our word for it. We've got 26 peer-reviewed studies that are published in PubMed. There is 31 published out there, but 26 of them are in PubMed. So go do your research. We've got Washington State University, Ohio, Texas Tech, University of Colorado, National Institute of Aging, which is the one that I'm going to talk about now, but very reputable universities that we're talking about here. But I love this one because I joined the company back in 2016. And the National Institute of Aging, when this study came out, oh my gosh, we were so excited because I'd heard a little bit that they were doing something, but we weren't, it was kind of like closed door. Nobody was allowed to know what was going on. So the National Institute of Aging over in America started doing their studies back in 1999 with all herbal natural products and all different herbs to see was there anything out there that could slow down aging. And in comes Protandim. We didn't even know they were doing the study. It was back in 2007 that they took Protandim and started doing their own study with it. And what they realized back in 2017, they came out with saying that Protandim is the only nutritional supplement tested that has been proven to increase the median survival in mice, thus delaying the aging process. It has the potential to extend lifespan and delay disease and dysfunction. That's huge. So it actually improved the median lifespan by 7% in male mice. Who wouldn't want 7% back in their life? Now, median lifespan is normally between the ages of like 50 and 70 odd. So it gives you your best time. So I'm 52 years of age at the moment, nearly 53. And I would say I'm in the best prime that I've ever been in my life. So I'm going to show you this really short video that the company brought out. So a tiny bit of history on the company. I just love that, the National Institute of Aging. It just gives me goosebumps. Publicly traded, very important. It's NASDAQ listed, launched its first product back in 2003. So it's been around a long time, this company is. Very, very reputable company. And how we really kind of got noticed was that an ABC primetime report was done back in 2005. And this is when we were just doing direct retail stores at this time. It converted then to the direct sales distribution model, and we had our best year in annual sales last year, 233 million. And I just believe we're just getting started. We're in these countries. There is 21 countries that we're in, and we're just opening up in the Philippines as well. So just to end on this, you know, we're doing a side hustle, and I don't know what you would be thinking or whether you're interested in maybe looking at an extra form of income. But all I know is, especially after the year we had last year, that it just makes good business sense to always look at maybe different ways that you could supplement your income. And it just is wise to actually have multiple forms of income coming into the house. So, you know, it's business to distribution. We just go out there. There's no middleman. It's online marketing. And it's just like Uber and Facebook. So it's the perfect meld. It's a laptop lifestyle. I do this from the side of my son's soccer pitch to waiting in the queue at the shops to then, you know, jumping on calls, and everything is just done really from my phone. So there's no physical location. It's an online shopping portal that you would actually have. But you might just think, you know what, I would just maybe like to get my products paid for. And you can do that with our friends and family reward system, which basically every customer has their own referral, and you end up getting a thank you from the company, and your friend gets a thank you when it works out being 16.50 in Australia, and the same in New Zealand. So it's an amazing way to do referral and get your products for free. Or you might decide, you know what, we'd really like to look at the business, and I'd love to know about how I would be able to share this with different people, and maybe look at bringing another supplement into our house. Because I have to say, this company is phenomenal. The products are absolutely life changing, and this changed my family, and I believe it could change yours too. So I want to thank you for this evening, and get back to the person that brought you on this call. Thank you so much.